Following the arrival of Italian manager Enzo Maresca, Chelsea have finally looked like a capable and dangerous team once more, sitting 4th in the Premier League table after 20 games played. This has been a long time coming, with the lengthy list of new arrivals finally seeming to settle into this young and exciting Chelsea side. However, issues are still prevalent amongst the Chelsea team, including defensive weaknesses and attacking woes. In Chelsea's away draw to Crystal Palace, the Pride of London recorded 15 shots with only one being on target. These issues haven't been prevalent all season round. Chelsea have scored 39 goals from a total XG of 39.89. However, I do believe there is still something missing from Chelsea's attack. That final edge, that player in the right place and the right time. It has been reported by footballing journalist Matt Law that Chelsea have their eyes set on Ipswich Town's exciting young striker Liam Delap, who scored against Chelsea in the Blues' 2-0 defeat and has recorded 8 goals so far this season. So, who is Liam Delap and is he perfect for Chelsea? Liam Delap is the son of Irish and English footballer Rory Delap and was born on the 8th of February 2003 in Winchester, England. By being the son of a footballer, it was only a matter of time before his interest in football took over, and at the age of 6, he joined the Derby County Youth Academy, where he would spend the next 10 years growing into a lethal, strong and technically gifted striker. In 2019, his abilities were quickly noticed by numerous clubs. However, it was Pep Guardiola's Manchester City that snapped him up, and he signed for City's under-18s on the 1st of July, moving up to the under-23s exactly 1 year later. He would make his first team debut on the 24th of September 2020 against Bournemouth, a game in which the young striker would also record his first professional goal, impressing legendary manager Pep Guardiola and cementing his future at that point with the club. His Premier League debut followed a few days later, this time in a 5-2 defeat to Leicester City. The young striker picked up a minor foot injury before the beginning of the 21-22 season, and subsequent minor injuries that kept the eager forward out until February the next year. However, before his return, Liam Delap signed a 3-year contract extension with the Blue Moons, which kept him tied to the club until 2026. It was also during this season Delap made his official Champions League debut with Manchester City, coming on as a substitute for Bernardo Silva against Sporting CP in the round of 16. In search for more minutes and a chance to prove his talents, Liam Delap looked for a move elsewhere, and it wasn't long before he found a new temporary home, Stoke City. This came in the midst of interest from numerous clubs, including Southampton, West Brom and Burnley, according to Simon Jones of the Daily Mail. This was a somewhat short-lived move, however, as Delap would soon be recalled to Manchester City after just 23 appearances, which he netted 3 times before once again being moved out on loan, this time to Preston North End until the end of the season. The 23-24 season provided a lot more stability going forward for Liam Delap, now 20 years old, as he joined Hull City for a season-long loan, allowing him to have a better chance at embedding himself within the side, growing and developing in a greater environment. This less chaotic move allowed him to really shine, even being named Hull City's Player of the Month for December. Liam Delap ended the season with an impressive 8 goals and 2 assists in 32 appearances, once again attracting a lot of attention from a lot of clubs, with Ipswich becoming the victors to the young man's signature, sealing the deal with Man City on the 13th of July 2024 for a deal worth around £20 million, according to Sky Sports. Since joining Ipswich, Liam Delap has quickly become the centrepiece for a number of discussions specifically around the best up-and-coming Premier League players, shining in games against Chelsea, Aston Villa, Tottenham and Brentford. But what makes him so good? Liam Delap possesses a very useful body type for a striker. Standing around 6'1", he is a physical handful for Premier League defenders to deal with, especially with his style of play added to the mix. Delap likes to make runs in behind, usually beating his opponents for pace, and if not, his strength allows him to hold off any attempts to win the ball. He isn't wasteful either when he's in a goal-scoring position. Delap is known for his power physically, and this translates to his power when finishing, rifling the ball into corners and past keepers' outstretched hands with ease. This strength can be attributed to his idolization of one of the greatest players to lace up a pair of boots, Cristiano Ronaldo. The Sun published a quote from the striker regarding how Ronaldo has impacted his career. "I've always looked up to Cristiano Ronaldo, just the way he plays, the pace and the power. For me, he's the best in the world, so aspiring to someone who is the best in the world, your dreams just have to be high." Listening to people that he's worked with, the extras and lengths that he goes to look after his body and get better every day just shows why he's at the top level level. You can have talent, but talent on its own doesn't work without effort. Delap currently plays in Kieran McKenna's 4-2-3-1 high pressing setup, adding to his involvement all across the pitch, dropping deeper to receive the ball, much like the former Spurs talisman and current Bayern Munich striker Harry Kane. This has helped Delap develop his game immensely, making him an incredibly valuable asset. Gone are the days when a striker can get by through just by playing as a target man. They have to be involved in the press, in the build-up, even create chances for their teammates around them, something Liam Delap is no stranger to with his 2 assists this season. He does more than create chances for his teammates. Delap is more than capable of drifting out into wider areas of the field, stretching out opposition defenses before cutting the ball back or using body feints to get past defenders and put the ball into the back of the net, like this goal against Aston Villa. FBref is an excellent tool I use to identify a player's strengths and weaknesses, where they need to improve, where they shine. It's clear to see Liam Delap's strengths lie in his natural strength along with his tenacity with the ball at his feet, taking opportunities whenever he can to sprint at defenses and take on players. We see this through the striker's successful take-on rankings, alongside his carries into the final 3rd percentile rankings and his fouls drawn data. A weakness highlighted in his FBref data is his on-the-ball involvement, averaging 6.43 passes completed per 90, ranking him in the 2nd percentile. For reference, Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson ranks in the 49th percentile at 13.92 average passes per 90, with 1.22 key passes per 90 compared to Delap's 1 per 90. This shows the difference in which the two strikers are implemented. One thing Liam Delap does have over Nicholas Jackson is he's very much two-footed, scoring 4 goals from his left and 4 goals from his right, whereas Jackson is more one-dimensional, scoring 7 of his 9 goals with his right foot. This makes Delap more of a task for defenders to mark, as they can't really show him onto his weaker side because he's lethal from both. Having a striker as two-footed as Liam Delap would inarguably be a very useful addition to Chelsea's striker options, alongside the likes of Mark Gui, another young striker looking to make his name in the Premier League. Delap, like Gyökeres, isn't solely reliant on the work of those around him to succeed, being able to receive the ball to his feet and take on players with wicked pace and strength. Another strength to Delap is his ability to make sharp turns unexpected from a player of his stature. Being able to create chances for himself whilst committing himself 100% to every action makes Delap, once again, a very prized possession. One similarity between the Chelsea striker and the Ipswich talisman is they are both prone to a yellow card. Nicholas Jackson has been issued 4 yellow cards this season, whereas Delap has received 6 bookings. The Stamford Bridge crowd do enjoy a player with a fire beneath them. The likes of Diego Costa comes to mind, so perhaps this fire inside Delap would be welcomed with open arms by the Chelsea crowd. Not only would he be popular amongst the Stamford Bridge loyalists, but also the touchline itself, as Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca himself is a fan of the player. Following Chelsea's 2-0 defeat to Ipswich, Enzo Maresca said, "Liam is a fantastic player, and also for his age. I think we spent 1 year together and he scored about 22 to 24 goals. He is a very good striker. England have many good players, many good strikers, but he's working hard off the ball and on the ball, understands the game and can score goals. Not only does he rate the striker highly, he has a history of working with the player and managed to get over 20 goals out of him when they were both at Manchester City. In terms of system adaptation, I think the change won't be too much for Delap to adjust to, and both Maresca and McKenna are technical coaches who like to be creative and involve the striker in the build-up play and in the attacking routes of play. Having previously worked with the striker as well, I'm sure Maresca will know exactly how to get the best out of Liam Delap. As Delap only arrived at Ipswich this summer for a £20 million fee, I'm sure Ipswich will look to make at least double on their signing, and perhaps extra for the fact they'd be losing their prized asset in the middle of the season. Chelsea have previously worked with Ipswich in the transfer market, selling Omari Hutchinson to the club also during the summer. The rumoured departure of Christopher Nkunku could provide some capital to help balance the books in a move I would estimate to cost no less than £45 million. So, now to answer the question, is Liam Delap perfect for Chelsea? I think to say a player is perfect for a club is quite the statement, as there's usually a lot of moving parts in terms of what makes a perfect transfer: age, ability, potential, availability, systematic fit. In this case, I do believe Liam Delap ticks quite a few boxes. I think he offers things maybe Nicholas Jackson can't offer. He's dynamic in his positioning, but also knows exactly where he needs to be. He's extremely driven, much like his idol Cristiano Ronaldo, and he naturally possesses an extremely desirable build for any striker, especially in the Premier League. His ball carrying abilities are so spectacular. The way he maneuvers around outstretched legs, the way he receives the ball with his back to the opponent only to quickly turn and leave them behind. It's very impressive what he can do with the ball at his feet. Is Liam Delap the best option available? Maybe not, as both Victor Osimhen and potentially Victor Gyökeres could be available for a January transfer move. The latter more in the case of a sign in January and then loan back to Sporting till the summer kind of deal. However, it does feel Chelsea moving away from signing established developed players like Osimhen and Gyökeres, and in terms of the recruitment strategy implemented by Chelsea's co-directors of football, Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, Liam Delap certainly falls more in line with their targets. Delap's wage demands should, in theory, also be relatively low. The English striker currently earns £20,000 a week. We could easily triple that and still have him on a comfortable salary for the club's financial needs. In some ways, Liam Delap is perfect for Chelsea. Are there better options? I would say so, but as an overall fit, Liam Delap ticks all the right boxes. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm excited to see what you think about Liam Delap to Chelsea. Thank you for watching.